Hello! If this works. In fact, my screen has chosen this moment to freeze. What is my computer doing? Apparently I'm dropping every single frame. Nothing's working. But I'm live according to YouTube. It's just that thing. What is going on? I've completely locked up right at the start of the stream. Isn't that fantastic? It's just go technical problems. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here in this pose all night. What's the worst part is you can't even read my awesome t-shirt text. I wonder, according to this, I've dropped no frames now. Earlier it said I dropped them all, now I have dropped none. Let's do some intro graphics and see if it fixes itself, or if they work. Yeah, I'm still frozen. Still frozen. God damn it. Maybe it's Skype that's broken.
Everyone else to me is fine. It's just you.
Yeah, I can't even see you on screen here at the moment.
Yeah.
You've got this lovely thing going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you've gone.
Yeah.
Oh, totally, yeah.
I'm trying to fix it. It's not working.
Okay.
It's not working. Let's plug the camera in and out again. If in doubt, switch it off and on again.
Yeah. Shove it in, shove it out, then shove it in.
Okay, can you see me?
We can see you.
Excellent! Woohoo! Right, so getting our technical problems out of the way right at the beginning, because things always break live. Usually with me it's the sound, but I've got a lot better at that in recent times. Even have this funky new microphone. Look, yeah. All I've got to do now is remember not to leave my phone next to it. It's up there at the minute. It's all fine. It's all good. Right. When last seen, our adventuring heroes from the far future were on the artificial planet of Vastag, an artificially constructed planetoid thingy controlled by the Eurasian Incorporated Corporation, who owns Dashwoods, Export, a subsidiary of a subsidiary, who have sent 3 agents up to Vastag to sell tea. They sent them there because they couldn't be trusted in America anymore, so they figured they'd send them to another bloody planet. Say hello everyone if you're watching. 0 people are, but you never know, in the future maybe somebody will stumble across this stream and go, ooh, it's a stream on the internet with 4 people and one of them is stuck in this position. And maybe that'll be interesting and they'll click play. So, future person, whoever you are, these are people that'll be playing a game with me today. Say hello, people.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very enthusiastic, as you can tell.
I was enthusiastic.
We are pacing our enthusiasm, ready for the exciting moments that are going to happen during the session. We're pacing our energy levels, because I've got a feeling we're going to need major energy at certain points in tonight's scenario.
You can't see anything and you can't breathe. Water is gushing down your throat, and yet it isn't. Your throat is dry. You can't swallow, you can't inhale, you can't exhale. It's like you're stuck in a vacuum. You're stuck
And then we switch channels, and we're no longer watching the BBC.
Indeed. You're... oh, I've lost my pace. Your heart feels like it's going to explode. Your chest contracts, heaving, it's pounding. Your heart is pounding so hard through it that you just can't believe it's still functioning as an organ in your body. Suddenly, you're able to breathe again. And then you can't. You're stuck in a position of inhale. There's nothing you can do. You are unable to breathe once more. You catch a brief glimpse of a shape beyond some water that's rushing into your face. Your nose and mouth completely unable to breathe in or out. Your heart pounding harder, harder, harder. You can hear your heart pounding throughout your skull. It sounds like it's going to burst through your eardrums. Suddenly you can breathe again and you manage to exhale. And then you're stuck again, once more, unable to breathe. This continues for several minutes, 10, 15 minutes. At the end of it, the body you could see, the shape of the person you could see through the water, removes the cloth from over your face. They're facing away from you, you can't see who it is. And they walk away into the shadow as your vision blurrily hangs on the edge of what you can perceive. The oxygen that has... the oxygen has not been reaching your eyes for some time, and your sight slowly begins to come back. As it does so, you see before you the mermaid who you were speaking to before, when you were captured underneath the ocean in Vastak, in a little pocket of air. "Thank you," says the mermaid. "That will be all for now, Mr. Pitch." Flashing back in time to the day when you were on the beach in, what was it, Paradise Isle, wasn't it, that you went to? Yeah, that was waterboarding. When you were on, yeah, there, throw it again, hang on, beer, that'll fix it.
Yes. Helps creativity.
Yes, yes, definitely. And derailing. Okay, so you see a franchise. You'll find out at some point in the future. Or is it the past? But this timeline goes all over the place, so there's no way of knowing. So yes, we flash back now to a time when you were on Paradise Isle. Now, this is the point in time that you as players haven't discovered yet, but your characters have clearly, this is the past to them. You had discovered a run-down, beaten-up Dashwood's coffee shop on the island. It was closed up and boarded. And you had decided to open it up again. Pulled all the boards away, repainted the exterior, got new tables and chairs to put them out the front. You'd replaced some of the old broken machinery and made it all look spick and span. And you just finished doing this at the cost of several thousand credits when up comes somebody in a suit. Your second customer. Your first customer is actually sat at a table right now, a gentleman in a trilby enjoying the sunshine. Appears to be of possibly a Shiokiro agent, you think, on holiday. Anyway, the second customer you get is a lady walking up to your shop. And she goes to the front counter. Now, who's going to be serving on the front counter?
Ooh. I suppose it would be Lord.
Yes, yes. I think it's going to have to be me. Yeah, God help us all, but yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How may I help you?
I say, it's interesting to see that the Dashwood shop has been reopened.
Yes, we are rather of the opinion that it was closed prematurely, and we are seeking to rectify that. Could I interest you in a cup of tea?
Oh, I'm afraid you cannot bribe me with illegal goods. I do not remember signing off the permit for the reopening. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Marianne. I run Vastak.
Please, have a seat.
No, thank you. Why don't you have a seat in my office this afternoon at 4 o'clock, where we can go through your permit application and how many fines you will need to pay.
Fines?
Illegal trading.
Illegal trading?
Repeating what I say does not lessen the fines that you'll be paying. Don't make me add health and safety violations to it as well.
And how many infractions do you feel that we have?
Many thousands of credits.
Many thousands.
4 p.m.
Very
Don't
well.
be late.
We will be at your establishment at 4 p.m. Now, are you sure you don't want a lovely cup of tea set you up for the day?
I'm quite sure that I will not be partaking in any of your illegal substances. Now, do make sure the shop is closed down. She hands her business card to you and it gives you an address that you need to go to. It's basically a control room, but gives you a shuttle boat to take as well to get there. And she wanders off.
I turn to my two compatriots and say, I say, gentlemen, I believe we may have come across a small wrinkle in our plans.
Yes, it's a pity she doing any tea there.
I'm rather tempted to have a tea made and brought to her in celebration of what will no doubt be a harmonious business meeting.
Excuse me. Hello, are you open? It's a little old lady with a walking stick.
She didn't say when to close it down. She said just ensure it's closed down, so we can ensure it's closed down at a later date.
Yes, that's entirely true. And how can we refuse service to a little old lady?
Oh, wonderful. Could I please have a cup? I'll have a flat white.
What?
This is a Starbucks, isn't it?
You may indeed.
No, it's not a fucking Starbucks.
What's my I take her, sort of put my arm around her and say, what my esteemed colleague means to say is that you are a demented old ratbag and we need you to fuck off just right now. Now, please
She hits
leave.
you with her walking stick and screams, "Sexual assault!"
You wish. Take the walking stick off her.
I'm being robbed.
No. I'm going to play a different game with you using this walking stick. Fetch!
A few minutes later, another gentleman walks up to the counter. Ah, hello.
Good day.
Good afternoon.
No Starbucks around here then. Okay, what do you have?
We have the superior beverage.
I'm sure.
Tea. Tea.
Not really.
That's
my
what
thing.
the finest tea.
Indeed. We
Yes.
have the superior tea that is the superior beverage. Even the worst tea in the world is most superior to the most illustrious of coffees.
Yes,
And
yes,
we
and all
have
that
the
stuff.
most
I don't. You just stop. I come from Britain, right? Actually, specifically Birmingham. I work for the Trump Organization. We're headquartered there, and
It's on general principle.
sorry, that was just had to do that.
I'm sorry, on general principle, he needs to. Actually, oh, I could, yes. With absolutely no apologies to Trump supporters everywhere. I put my arm around the gentleman and say, you do realise that Dashwood's Tea does have a strict IQ policy. We only allow people who actually are reasonably intelligent to drink our beverage, and as you are a member of the Trump Organization, I am afraid you fall foul of that test. Please leave our premises.
Fair enough. And he wanders off.
We really ought to stop getting rid of our customers.
Well, funny enough, we've managed to both stay open and not actually sell anything. So we've managed to not obey Marianne, but not disobey her either.
Your original customer, the one that arrived before Marianne, gestures for your attention. Could I have another cup of Dashwoods, please?
You most certainly may.
Thank you. And if time's getting on a bit, could I also have the bill now, please?
Yes, you certainly can.
Would you like to buy some Dashwood's tea to take with you?
No, thank you. I have enough evidence.
I look at the other two with just the most pissed off, dry look ever.
Okay, as you look at the other two, you see red dots moving across the sand towards them.
I immediately, jump forward and kind of push them over as if to kind of throw them onto the floor.
You dive forward and push them. You're trying to push two people though, and that's you know.
Yeah, but they're not expecting it.
They're also agents and weigh about 160 kilograms and full of cybernetics.
Yep.
So, no, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm simply saying that your customer is caught in the mess.
Of course he is.
I don't see a particular downside to this at the moment.
And so, let's say Lord topples over the top of the table and the customer is ended up in a tangle heap on the floor. Meanwhile, bullets start streaming across the sand and little pew, 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 pew clouds come up from the sand.
I say snipers. I say, please, by all means, if you do intend on shooting us, do so, but don't shoot the tea.
Or the crockery.
Or the crockery.
Okay, so you two start negotiating for the tea. Meanwhile, Xerxes, what do you do?
Okay, so I would have sort of pushed them down and stayed down while the bullets were flying over. When Lord sort of stands up and says his thing, do they carry on?
Yeah, okay, so what you've got, I tell you what, okay, oh no, you can't, I can't do the XSplit thingy at the moment with you, so, okay, I'll describe the scene. So it's like a beach resort type thing, although you're not that close to the water where you are. You're on a kind of thoroughfare from the beach to a little kind of resort village type thing with little thatched roof type buildings Looks very scenic and beautiful and pretty. So you've got a section off the main thoroughfare with a little patio space out front. You have palm trees along the edge of your patio, and over the other side of the thoroughfare are several buildings, many of which are quite tall. You've got some sort of high buildings. Most of them have been designed to look at wood, but if you were a structural engineer at all, you'd know no wooden building's going to go that tall and stay up, so it must be some kind of modern synthetic material, but it certainly looks like wood. Various units and entertainment complexes and stuff there. You are aware that there's a disco in one, there's a foam party in another, there's a little shop selling beach equipment, you know, snorkels and flippers and little dinghies and stuff like that. But because of the sort of entertainment complex, as it were, there's this quite large building opposite with many vantage points over you.
Okay.
And you're pretty sure that the bullets that have been spraying you are coming from there. But
Okay.
you also become aware, after the initial outburst of bullets, that somebody is running forwards in amongst the palm trees. This is more than one person attacking you, maybe, or it could be a tourist, or it could be one of the wildlife here, which are, on this particular island, you are not allowed to kill anything, because the ecosystem is delicately balanced.
I was going to say as well, aren't weapons prohibited as well?
They are, but you are agents working for an EI subsidiary, so if you want to have bypassed security, you may, and you may have weapons on you, but consider which weapons you would likely have brought with you to a place that doesn't really officially allow them.
I would have brought my Cougars, if anything.
Yeah, that's the only real weapon I've got, actually.
Yeah, me too.
In that case, what I'll do is I will keep in cover and say to the others, there's something out back as well. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to sort of keep low, try and brace myself with my back against the wall and look out at the palm trees and draw my Cougars, obviously.
Okay. I'm going to make you make dun 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 dun. I know I said
A dice roll?
Yeah, and you know what? You know, you know what that thing I really hate making in systems.
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to make one of them.
Oh, why? A perception plus observation roll.
It's so when people watch the aforementioned video, they can say ha ha ha, hark at her, ha.
Wow, my roll was terrible. I failed by 1.
Okay, so what you see coming towards you is a Western Federation agent, surely, in camouflage. What do you do?
I think about firing, but then I decide against it and say, "What's your business?"
What you're absolutely certain of in the trees, you saw this Western Federation agent flitting from tree to tree, and they're behind another tree, and they're setting up position with some heavy machinery. You can just see a little bit of their body. It might be an elbow, it might be a bum. You can just see them sticking out from behind the tree. Do you shoot it?
I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. How close am I to like the nearest palm tree?
The nearest palm tree is probably 10 foot away. They're probably 40, 50 foot into the trees.
Okay. And are these palm trees big enough to house like cover for me?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna try and move to the nearest palm tree, preferably not right in front of me, so I can see a better angle. I'm gonna maybe roll to it if I can, or dive towards it, and then I'll lean round with my pistols, but I'll double check to make sure it is what I think it is before shooting.
Okay, it definitely isn't. It is a bit of wildlife. However, whilst you do that, you get shot in the arm. For sadly only 3 damage. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Sorry, what's happening about our health at the minute? Is it back to full?
It will be full for this scene, yeah.
Okay.
How far away? Roughly, how far away do we determine the shooter is?
The
Who's
bullets
shooting up
coming
our
from
team?
the entertainment complex, I would say that's a couple hundred yards.
Yeah, right. We're not shooting them. Listen, new boy. We really only have three options. Either we stay here and get the shit shot out of us, or we make a move to the front of the shop, try and cut the distance, and perhaps find a way of shooting this man. But I would suggest that would rather lead us into the path of the bullets. Or we follow Xerxes' example, and we book out the back.
Yes, well, I think discretion might be the better part of valor at this time, and
Yes.
I think perhaps we should follow Xerxes as his example, and
Yes,
book out the back.
I think so. Where is this agent
The
who
one
was
that shot
collecting
Jason.
evidence?
Oh,
Yeah.
He is on a pile on the floor and is now currently ducking behind a table, taking cover.
Oh, is this the one we were serving?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to grab him and drag him out with us if we can.
Oh, okay. That is going to be a contested grapple check of sorts. So let's have strength plus. It's going to be close combat,
Close combat.
and I need to know how much you beat it by.
Strength plus close combat. Okay. With my dice. There we go.
Actually, if you beat it, you've definitely beaten him. He rolled terribly.
Okay. Yeah, I've beaten that. I've rolled a 9, and I needed a 12.
Okay, so you beat him by 12. Okay, just to put this into context, he was so prone behind that table and so focused on shielding himself from the bullets, you just came up behind him, zip-tied his hands, and are dragging him away. And he's like, fuck!
I wasn't going to try and capture him. I'm trying to save him. He's our only customer. He's our only customer. Goddammit!
I see. Sorry.
He's gathering evidence against us. He's not a customer. He's a bloody spy.
The only customer we've had. And
Yes, and I was going. Yes,
Oh,
and
hang on a minute.
in the words of old-fashioned rhetoric, I was about to make him number one with a bullet. But
You know what, though? Right, so I've just realised he's just had a cup of Dashwoods. He has a conviction point. So, Phil, you said you weren't trying to drag him out. You were trying to escort him out, but he's not trying to leave.
I'll drag him if I can, but if I have to. But I'm trying to get him out. I'm trying to save him because he's our customer.
Okay, so he actually gets to re-roll his resistance to the grapple because he's going to use his conviction point.
Okay.
And he massively succeeds. So what happens is, as you come up behind him, he just turns, he rolls over, the round table he's hiding behind kind of rolls with him somehow, because he really did succeed. He pulls out 2 black cougars, and levels them straight at your head, and opens fire. I'm missing a dice here, hang on.
right, I'm definitely going ahead with my original plan. Then
Ouch.
he's now given me just cause.
I need more dice. Okay.
That doesn't sound good.
That's not a good sign.
He does 17 damage as bullets ricochet into your upper torso and one hits your face, which is... You're actually going to have surgery to remove the scar from that once you recover.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, well, my intention was to make this spying little tool rag number one with a bullet. I've now been given I've been given every reason now to just shoot him.
Yeah, careful, he's had Dashwoods.
Don't care.
Now, he's used his
Yeah.
conviction now, it's done.
I'm about to turn him into a Tetley's teabag.
Okay, you open up, make your dice rolls.
1,000 perforations. Let the side flood out. Light firearms and perception. Becky.
Yes, yes.
Perception.
Also, you've got it summarised on your combat sheet as well.
Made it by 1.
Okay. It's a rate 3 weapon, so you roll it 3 times and then do a d8 for each one you hit on.
Okay. Made the second one. Made the third one.
Okay. So you stand there and boom, 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 3 shots into him, hitting his left arm for some amount of damage that you're rolling right now. As you do that, you're taking fire from the entertainment complex. Bullets come down around you and are very close to your feet. One of them narrowly misses your head and hits a pan in the Dashwoods shop, and you hear it go dong, which is quite a loud sound. It almost muffles the sound of the sound of a mortar launching from behind the entertainment complex. Jason.
Oh shit! I hit him for 13 damage total, which is pretty.
So what I'm gonna do, I just sort of nurse my arm for a little bit, just a few seconds, and then I'm going to take one of my neuropromine and prepare it and jab it in.
Okay.
And cause the adrenaline rush. And now my arm hurts. So I believe it gives me plus something to something. But I can't quite remember what it does. And then I'm going to see where he is and just try and shoot from where I am, because presumably he's now distracted by somebody else.
Yeah, he's now... Well, the person who shot you, once you've been shot, you triangulate his position. He is in the tree line. You can see him. He is a Western Federation agent in that typical camouflage suit they like to wear. It's all the rage over there. And is carrying some kind of assault rifle, and he's kind of kneeling down beside a tree, leaning out, taking shots at you.
Oh, okay. So how far away is this tree?
50 yards.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try and sprint towards the tree if I can.
Okay. He'll get a few shots on you as you're running.
Oh, where's it gone?
Doing 11 damage.
11, okay. Equipment. Where is that neuropromine? Yeah, it grants +3 reflexes for 1 scene.
Okay.
So 11 damage. Okay.
Okay. Phil, let's go back around to you. So you're trying to drag this guy away, but he's just shot you up, and instead of coming with you, in a miraculously timed movement of just you would have had him. Surely, what happened there?
I will sort of like flop backwards and lie prone for a while, and I'll sort of roll over into my front and start crawling towards where I think the back of the shop is.
Okay. So you're heading toward the shop?
The back of the shop.
The back of the shop, okay.
Yeah, to try and get out at the back.
Okay.
I'm definitely making a. I'm legging it for the back door, having heard the of the mortar. I'm like, we gotta run now.
Okay. So you sprint out the back. So the only person in the building as it explodes is the person who just gets to the back door crawling on his arms and legs.
Yeah.
And the building, sure enough, explodes in a shower of wooden fragments, glass, bits of metal, and, just general all-round badness. What I'll do for damage, I'll just roll the dice that I've got to hand. Just all of them.
So
48.
that's gonna hurt.
So Phil is the character's name. God damn it, Augustus.
Augustus.
Thank you. It has been 2 weeks. Augustus lies unconscious in the smouldering remains of a door frame. Meanwhile, as Lord is seen sprinting away from the door. Xerxes, you ran at this guy behind the tree. So what do you do now that you get there?
Well, my idea was to be in a better position to get to him while he can't get to me. If he's sort of lying,
He's
across
knelt,
this branch and aiming outwards.
No. He's knelt at the base of the tree, leaning out from the side.
Well,
Sorry, did I misexplain? I can
No,
move
it's
him if you
okay.
like. We can move him up a tree branch.
I just thought he was staying up there.
I haven't put anyone in a tree. The sniper is up high.
I'm sure you said in a tree, but never mind. I'll rush it in
It may
then.
be my explanation. I'm quite happy to go with how you imagined it. So if you imagined him up a tree, I'll put him.
I imagined him sort of lying, across a branch, aiming outwards towards the shop.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. So in that case, I will sort of brace myself against the tree trunk and then shoot upwards, so he can't
Okay.
really turn around and.
Let's have a load of dice then.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'll let you know if I crit. Yep, that just about hit. Yep, all of them hit.
That was a lot of dice. Is there a number at the end for damage?
Ooh, yeah. I keep forgetting how damage works with this. It's a D8, isn't it?
Yes, per hit for the Black Cougars.
Why don't I do a thing so it's just a dice roller? Because it's like 6d8. It's ridiculous. So
It's less than what I rolled on Phil.
68, 23 damage.
23 damage to, let's call him the tree hugger. Okay. He's not dead on that, but you have hurt him to the extent that he falls out of the tree. As he crashes on the ground next to you, he takes a further 11 damage. He lands on the floor next to you, goes, "Ah! Fuck!" And then he swears profusely in Spanish. Mis Deus, fotocopia mis nalgas, por favor. And then, where were we next? Lord. So you are last seen running away from a burning, smouldering doorframe within which is the smoking corpse of your friend that's still alive.
Which, I'm pausing only to muse at the gigantic balls of the guy who can actually sit inside a wreckage that has just been destroyed and have a quick smoke. Right. Now that I'm out, what can I see around me?
You can see, you've come up the back of the shop, so you can see
Yes.
3 metal bins, the lids for which just flew past you as you were running from the door, and it's in amongst all of these palm trees.
Can
And
I
then
see?
beyond the palm trees will be the beach somewhere.
Yeah. Can I see Xerxes?
He's off to the side, so yeah, I'll say you can see him because it's not like the building's there anymore.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to go back and now that kind of dust has settled-ish, I'm going to go back for Augustus. Seems only right.
Okay, so you head back to pick up your friend now.
Yes.
Augustus, do you still have your intravenous med pack, or did you use it already?
No, I didn't use it.
Okay, so what you could do, Lord, is you could trigger that for him. So the intravenous mega pack hits, so he'll have 10 hit
Yep.
points. That is then used, so you need to mark that off your character sheet, Phil.
Okay.
Alright, so whilst you're dealing with that, you get another round of sniper fire, but it's quite wild. It seems to be aiming at the moment for Xerxes. Xerxes.
Okay. What is the tree hugger doing now?
Well, at the moment, he has just landed, giving you an opening to do something. He's
Yeah,
quite
definitely.
prone on the floor at the moment.
Definitely. I'm going to try and I'm going to shoot at him, but preferably, I'd like to shoot at him in the base of the ankle or something similar, so he's not able to remain standing.
Okay, well, he's currently isn't because he's lying down, and I was about to say because he's lying next to you and not currently trying to hide or in cover, and he's mostly just going ow from the pain of landing.
okay.
He's going to give you +8 to the shot, which means
Okay, well, yeah, never mind. I'll try and coup de grace him.
yeah. So
Is
you
it-
can try and
is-
shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Okay, that will cancel out the +8. So because it's
Okay, well
-8
then
for
I'll
cold
just-
shot to the head.
It's,
So-
it's,
I'll
is he
revel
lying
in
on
the
it? Is he lying on his front or his back?
Babe, this means you could do 6 shots without penalty to the
Yes.
head for mauling damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll just riddle him with holes then.
Oh, what, and get the +8
Yeah.
to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, yeah, if you're just sort of spraying up and down his body, yeah. Sorry, I'm confused. You seem to be saying you want the +8 to hit.
No, you said that.
Yes, right, the situation gives you an excess or a bonus
Yes.
to hit of +8.
Yes. Yes.
You wanted to do a cold shot to the head. Now that is a cold shot is normally -8, so the two cancel each other out. So if you're going to shoot to the head, that's just a straight roll. But if you're going to just riddle
Yeah.
the body, then you get +8.
Yeah.
Your mic is off somehow.
Sorry. All right. No, you know what? I keep changing my mind. I'll shoot him in the head again. It's a fairly good dice roll anyway,
Yeah.
so it cancels it out.
Yeah. Not that I've got the mashing table in front of me, but carry on.
Yep.
Shoot him.
Yep. Yep.
Cool shots,
Yep.
144.
Yep. Oh. Okay. I got 5 hits, and then the last one was a critical fail.
Critical fail.
Yeah, that was the last hit.
Okay. Alright. Let's deal with the 5 hits first.
Okay,
Right.
that's quite funny.
To the face. Okay. We got we need 5d4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume you've hit each area on the face once and you've hit the 1 twice. Right, so you shoot him twice through the nose. And once in the left eye, once in the right eye, and once in the mouth. Now he's got no hit points left at this point, but he is an agent, so that doesn't kill him. But I think what you've done is you've hit him sufficiently to snap the brain stem off. So unless he gets compound H right now, he's dead. You do have compound H, by the way.
I'm not giving it.
Yeah, I realise this. Yeah, there's just no coming back from that. I think.
Clearly, you've went for a slight variation on the 3 monkeys. You've went for see no evil, smell no evil, speak no evil.
And then smell no evil again. Now, the last roll was unfortunately a critical fail. So, the last bullet goes through his head because it's no longer really there where you're aiming, because you've blown that away. Hits a stone, bounces back, hits the clip release on your gun. The clip release falls out of the gun, just slides down. You watch it go. You go, oh, I should react to that. And you're just not there in time. The rest of the clips of bullets slowly goes toward the ground, almost like it's in slow motion. Hits the ground on a rocky bit, and one of them sparks, causing bullets to go everywhere.
I've just ruined the moment. I'm so sorry. I've just remembered that Black Cougars can't critical fail. The ones that we're given.
The bullets go everywhere, but
Sorry.
don't hit you, showering nearby bushes and narrowly missing all the wildlife.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
You reload your gun.
Yeah, I sort of fumble about, like,
I'm
rake
keeping
the
that
sand trying to
description.
find all the
I
bullets.
was
and-
going somewhere with that.
Oh yeah, I wasn't saying detract from it, but I just realised because they're like what they call like excellent guns, these particular ones that we get.
Yeah. A grenade lands by your feet.
Okay.
Over to Lord.
Right. I'm first of all, I'm going to help my. I'm going to help Augustus. To his feet. I'm going to help him. We're going to make our way towards Xerxes. Clearly, he's in a lot of trouble because we've just heard a hail of bullets going. So obviously, there's a hell of a firefight happening because we heard a whole load of bullets go, and then we heard a whole load of bullets in reply.
Yeah. As you head towards Xerxes, you see out of the right-hand side, as the smoke begins to settle from the building that's no longer there, the guy we've dubbed the spy has just thrown a grenade towards Xerxes. Meanwhile,
Seriously,
a
he
rain-
survived. He survived that fucking explosion.
Yes. Meanwhile, a rain of sniper bullets mostly misses your feet, but one of them does you for 11 points in your thigh. From behind as you're heading away from it.
$11 damage to me.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Speaking of body armour, if you've got your armoured suit, you know, because you get like a flak jacket thing, so AV1, you can take one off when I give you damage. I'm never going to do the maths for your armour for you because you've all got different potential armour values. So. But it wouldn't surprise me if most of you had at least a flak jacket. Decide if you're wearing it or not based on the situation. But you might well decide that, you know, you've got a suit that looks like a suit and it's very smart, but it's a flak jacket, because that's okay as long as it's 1 AV. Once it goes beyond that, you start to get into physical bulky armour, and that's situational. Right, so what do you do? So you see this guy chucking you grenades, you've got sniper bullets landing by your feet, you've been clipped in the leg.
I drop.
You're in the
And
open.
yeah, I'd sort of drop and immediately try and shoot at this spy in his Teflon armor.
Okay. Make your dice rolls. Whilst you're doing them, Augustus, so you've just been sort of brought back from the brink. You kind of lost consciousness there for a moment. So it wasn't that you lost consciousness, it was that there was this explosion and you were kind of pinned to the ground and you just felt you couldn't move, but then Lord came and helped you up, got your med pack kicked in, you got up. What do you do?
Were you helping me, Lord? Were you helping me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've
Okay,
got 10 hit
Xerxes.
points, you're functional.
Yeah.
The med pack has hit your veins. You're an agent packed full of hardware and stuff.
Okay. So as the bullets start raining around Lord there, I'm going to sort of like run for the closest cover I can. Because we're in the open at the moment, aren't we?
You're quite in the open. The closest cover is going to be the palm trees. The question is
Yeah.
whether you go
Rules
towards...
a grenade.
Yeah. The question is whether you go that way or a different direction. So you head into the trees as well. sort of overtaking Lord as you do so.
Yeah.
Lord, your bullets spray into the guy we've dubbed the spy. He looks quite hurt and very, very pissed off. And he's going, sort of reaching for another grenade and sort of pulls it out, and he's all ready to throw it when I'm going to cut back to Xerxes. Xerxes, the grenade landed by your feet. What did you do at that instant moment?
I am going to immediately jump. Unfortunately, I haven't got any telepathy in jumping, but I'm still going to try and leap out of the way as much as I can.
Okay, using athletic skill.
Yes.
Let's have
Probably.
reflexes plus athletics, I think, given the
Yes,
situation.
please. Because I get more stuff. Because I've got the adrenaline thing. So.
Ah, yes, you have.
Okay, cool. Yep, made it by 6.
Made it by 6. I shall reduce the damage down, therefore, to just 2, as you got, a little bit of shrapnel. Nothing serious. The tree you were stood by, and that the agent you shot, the tree hugger, that tree explodes.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not a lot left of it. Certainly nothing from the bottom sort of 12 feet of the tree, anyway. And then through that wooden shrapnel is running Augustus. But before we deal with him, Lord, you were having a face-off with this guy who just decided to throw the grenade at you, and he tumbles it over. That's going to land by your feet and explode at the end of your go. What do you do?
I'm running like a frightened gazelle towards the palm trees now.
Didn't you say you'd gone prone? You did, didn't you? You jumped prone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's have I think that's going to have to be agility plus athletics to get yourself up and moving from a lying position before that grenade goes off.
Agility plus athletics.
Yeah.
Right. Please inform my next of kin.
So you take 10 damage from the grenade going off. It doesn't land right on top of you, it just lands near you. But you do take a bit of damage from that.
Ouch. I'm now gonna try and limp my way towards the palm trees.
Meanwhile, so what you guys see is you see Lord is quite badly wounded by a grenade. This spy has is pulling a third, and it looks like his last grenade, but he's pulling a third one out. He's unclipping it and he's ready to toss it, but you two get a chance to do something. What are you going to do in the meantime?
If I could, I'd like to take a shot at the grenade.
Okay.
If I was a little better at marksmanship, I probably would have went for this as well. It's a good idea. I like this.
I have to put a -10 on it, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I want you to succeed deep down inside.
Right, roll double ones.
Okay, so what is that? It's, what's the shooting roll again? That is...
It's the AT column on your weapon, so each weapon you should have a summarised.
Oh,
combat.
yeah, of course it's then there, yeah.
You get 3 rolls.
And one more. Okay, that's 2 passes. 2 hits.
Two hits at
2 hits,
-10.
and it's, of course, no, -10. Sorry, no, it didn't. It's 1 hit.
1 hit. You still hit.
1 hit.
Okay.
Still hit 1.
No,
and I get
that's
1
right.
shot there. Which is only a 2.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
You're shooting a grenade.
You just
with
struck a
bullet. 1
grenade.
hit is
Oh,
enough.
okay.
Okay, so he goes to throw it, and his last moment is no fucking way. And of course, that last moment has to happen a lot quicker inside his head because he's not alive long enough to think the full sentence. So he explodes. You know, it's quite comical to have like the smoking boots and stuff, but that's not what you get in this case because that would be ridiculous. Obviously, it's a smoking signet ring. Jason.
Wow.
At this point, I really want to scream out and say, "And this time, fucking stay dead!"
He is dead this time.
He's definitely
Okay,
dead.
so I'm gonna keep down in cover because presumably the snipers are still there.
The sniper is still shooting you
And
from the entertainment complex.
I'm gonna say to the others, these snipers, they've been sent by that head of Vastag. This is her way of getting us out.
Getting us out, getting us killed.
Yeah, making sure that everything is closed up. It must be her behind it.
Oh boy. It doesn't rain, but it pours.
How about, and I start looking around down towards the ocean, how about we take a little boat ride? Get out of here for a bit, cool off.
I say that's an excellent idea.
Yes.
Several
Yes.
weeks from now, you find yourself in the corporate headquarters of Eurasian Incorporated. In front of you is the CEO of Eurasian Incorporated. You are stood. Your hands are behind your back and your heads are hanging. He is dressing you down. Something about an explosion. But let's deal with that later. First of all, let's go back to that instant where you were being waterboarded. But before we deal with that, let's take a short 5-minute break.
I need a drink.
And yeah, just take bathroom and so forth. So, hello viewer, hi. We're just going to take a short break. See you in a moment.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah,
viewer.
Excellent.
That happens to be Fiona that's viewing us. Hi, honey.
Babe, I think we're going to have competition on cuteness factor.
Aww.
I have my cute moments. Back in a second.
Oh my god, Robbie. So adorable. Someone's saying that we have competition.
Yes, I found another drink. Are you wanting some gin? Are you sure? Not even a little one? You don't have the gin outside. Babe, I made her bought some stuff.
You bought stuff?
Yeah.
What have you bought?
Where? Firstly, I bought the
Right.
so I'm going to show you now.
Cool.
And then I also bought a new keyboard and mouse
Awesome.
with like proper rest and shit. And I bought myself a new orange hoodie, which I got as well. A new orange hoodie.
Okay.
Alright. And I bought the Scythe nice fancy. Yes. I might have also. No, I didn't put the board on the end. I nearly went for the larger board, but then I thought it's essential. Yes. funky smell up here. Oh god. Very funky. What is that smell? There's a bit of a funky smell up here.
Oh,
What?
what kind of?
It's kind of hard to explain. Well, I am now, but when I came up. Ooh, press back. We're currently collecting data for the show preview. We can't go into the show preview. There was definitely a funky smell on the stairs.
I didn't notice it, but I'm about to unmute.
It's not sort of gassy.
Well, I didn't notice it.
Okay.
Hello! So, oh, we still have our viewer. Hi, viewer. Let me see if they've chatted. They haven't said anything in chat.
Not in the YouTube chat, but they did message me. It is my other half, Fiona, who's watching.
Hello.
Hello, Fiona, again. Being nice. Hello.
Okay, I now feel the need to be cute with Jason.
I love you too.
Yes. For those viewers who may watch this after it has been posted, yes, there may be a bit of a cuteness competition contest going on for the remainder of this session.
No.
I can only, first of all, apologise to those who find it repulsive, stick two fingers up at those people and say, sod you, get your own cuteness, it's nice. Cuteness is good.
Phil's
And
been
thirdly-
married too many years for cuteness here.
And thirdly,
Oh shit, that's recorded.
Besides, you're from Cornwall.
What does that mean?
and thirdly, of course, we would like to remind all our viewers, live and recorded afterwards, that this is meant to be a highly humorous, extremely tongue-in-cheek, over-the-top action romp. And our opinion should not be taken as gospel, unless, of course, you are a Trump supporter, in which case I make no apologies for the degradation I gave views earlier.
Are you back it, babe? Where are you?
I'm in the loo.
Oh, I thought that was the cat in the litter tray. I didn't realise you were using that much toilet roll.
Dear me.
It's alright, it's on Channel 2. No one watches Channel 2.
Someone is watching Channel 2!
Yes, yes. A handful of viewers watch these videos. They're not my most broadcasted. Well, no, but the same amount of broadcasting. Not my biggest content. Live
Not
plays
your
never
most-
are. That's taking a while. There are noises coming from the bathroom that I don't mean those kind of noises. Sounds I can't place. It's like rustling. You don't expect the sound of rustling. Oh, apparently it's Kitty downstairs.
Ah.
True, it could be actually. Yes, Jason is making the point that it's the cat running around on the laminate, which I have to say is hilarious to see. It is straight out of a cartoon. She just slips, like her legs are moving so much faster than her body.
And Fiona says hello back to us all.
Aww. I may have stalked a little look at your YouTube thumbnail avatar when you subscribed to the channel. I saw it. It was a creepy stalker. Okay, this is a slightly longer break than anticipated. Let's do some graphics.
Ooh, perfect. Always good.
They're not working. Oh, I got some more graphics as well. Was a promo for Con+1 later this year, November the 3rd. For any role players watching, this is an online convention that's held on YouTube to raise money for Child's Play charity. Really good cause. We previously raised about sort of $1,500, $1,800 kind of dollars on the day. This year we have already raised, this is amazing, I'm so happy for this, we have raised an amount of money, I can't quite see, there we go, $740 already, and we're nowhere near November yet. We've never achieved that before, this early, so it's really cool. We haven't even put the t-shirts on sale yet, so, but yeah, it's a convention. You go to conplus.live, you can sign up to join games, you don't spend any money, it's all free to access, but we encourage you and guilt you a lot to donate to Child's Play charity, because that's what it's all about, helping kids in hospital who need toys and games to play with and stuff. So Jason,
Yep.
Good news, he's on his way back from his extended vacation from the game.
Collecting his thoughts. Welcome back, weary traveller.
Collecting my thoughts.
Your face looks a little flushed, babe.
It's always this flushed on camera.
I was kind of just joking because of the time in the loo. But,
Oh.
Right. Now, a couple of hours ago when we were playing in the game, you
I've got my free wine, so I don't care.
you were back in the scene under Vastak somewhere in a little air pocket where you are being tortured by a mermaid. Well, by Mr. Pitch, but at the behest of a mermaid. And it's as Mr. Pitch leaves the scene. Hang on, I got a cough. This is bad timing, isn't it? Just we're getting going again. As Mr. Pitch leaves the scene, the mermaid comes closer to you, and you get your first opportunity to strike or do something. You aren't bound, but you are physically exhausted through the exertion you've just been through. You're battered and bruised. You think you have broken limbs. Now, she's within reach of all of you for just a moment as she comes close. Do any of you try something?
I'm tempted to plant one on her, but I don't think that's going to go well.
If we are sort of vaguely knee height, are we? Like our knees?
Can be if you want to be.
Well, what I was thinking was a Glasgow kiss, but in between her legs, if at all possible. Headbutt the vajazzle.
Well, she's a mermaid, so
No legs.
You,
So she's literally moving without any legs?
yeah.
She's only proving that there's just something fishy down there.
I mean,
Huh.
if you like, I can do it the other way round. Give her human legs and a fish body head.
Well, that's how Family Guy did it.
Yeah. What were you expecting? You can't mate with a fish body. But yeah, no. She is a mermaid.
Go on. Are we standing next to each other?
Yeah, you're all kind of in a sort of pile of exhaustion.
Right. I see. We tag team her. You Glasgow kiss her right where, if she was fully human, her interesting bits would be, and I'm going to plant a kiss on her.
A what? Is this Scottish slang for something? You're gonna snog the mermaid?
I'm going to snog her whilst Xerxes is going to headbutt her fishy vajals.
You're in a new
Well, how about-
relationship. You shouldn't be committing role-playing infidelity.
How about if you kiss her, it gives me a bit more time to get up, and therefore headbutt her in a place where it would actually damage her.
Yes.
Distraction move.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Oh, Becky's face.
Have I broke the game?
No. No.
No,
She
she just
just,
make us pay later.
Wasn't ready for that
Presence
one.
plus attitude, please, Ronnie.
Oh,
Okay.
I got plenty of attitude.
I get plenty of that. Okay. Do you need to know how much I made it by?
I was
'Cause
hoping you'd fail.
Oh, I made it. In fact, my presence plus attitude is 16, and I rolled 8. So, I made it in spectacular style. My lips locked like a Casanova in heat.
Is this the second time in a session that you've forced yourself on a woman in some fashion?
I have not forced myself on any woman. Thank you very much.
There was the OAP earlier on.
I'm just doing.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm going with the Lord Flashheart offensive. She's got a tongue like an electric eel, and she likes the taste of a man's tonsils. You know, just
Maybe she swings towards fish.
maybe she does. Maybe
Right.
She does. It smells like.
I'm going to try
I
and
mean-
block this out for a moment while Xerxes does his headbutt. I'm not going to call it a Glasgow kiss given the pretext of this situation.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll try and uppercut with my head so it gets her in the stomach and it kind of wins her a lot.
Okay. Alright, we'll have a strength plus close combat.
Okay. Okay, I made it by 4.
Okay. I don't. Oh, what's happened? Oh, there we go. My screensaver cut on. I as a GM.
You broke the GM now.
I broke the GM. I do apologise.
Things happen.
I decided over the top. I was going to do the most surprising thing.
Things happen. 2 concussion grenades go off either side of you.
Oh, balls.
Concussion grenades detonating in the tiny little air pocket, but getting all the benefit of being underwater. You are dispersed for a few moments until you regain your senses and start swimming back towards each other. As you regroup, you realise in the water there is a 4th person swimming towards you. As they appear through the murky depths, they're just a dark shape at first. They're coming down from the top. So they've been on the surface and they're on their way down. And they're getting closer.
I start swimming up.
Okay. As you swim up, you see a face. I think I've seen him somewhere, but I don't know where. It's definitely somebody I've definitely seen this person somewhere, but you're not sure where from. And as they get very close to you, they're like, and they drop another grenade as it heads to the bomb. Heads past Xerxes and Lord and
Swim away.
rests on the bottom of the seabed for a moment, and there's another boom as it detonates. And I was kind of scrolling through it. Yes, I know who this will be. You can't quite place this person, but they have an Asian appearance. Lord and Augustus, what do you do?
No recognition of this person at all?
Well, they're further from you. So let's say they're right. So they swim past Xerxes at the moment. I don't know, Xerxes, are you going to follow with them?
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay. The person continues to swim down to Lord and Augustus's level. Augustus, you recognise this person as your old school friend, Lingley.
Oh, right. It's definitely swim as fast as I can towards him.
Okay.
I take my cue from my compatriot and swim.
Okay. You meet up underwater, unable to really communicate with each other. Your IC system that keeps your agent bodies from, handles all the toxins and everything else, is sort of working overtime to try and deal with the fact that you're essentially breathing water right now. It can only hold out for a little bit longer. He's desperately gesturing up, up, up. And you break surface, and as you get to the surface, you look around. It's a rolling sea here, but as you get to the top of each wave, you can see there is an island off in the distance, and you're aware that something is in the water nearby. Hi, says Lingley.
Oh dear boy, well, I'm so glad to see you.
I know, isn't it great?
Well, I wouldn't say it was great, but it's wonderful to see you all the same.
Yeah, I saw you in the control room earlier.
In the control room. Oh yes, yes, we were there.
I was there because I have some. Well, I run a company now.
Oh, well done.
And well, I was trying to sell some stuff, and well, I saw you going for a meeting with Marianne. I so wanted to get a meeting with her, I couldn't. But, I was there for this meeting. I saw you, and I saw you get into that spot of bother, So, I thought, well, why don't I help you out? Little friend and all. So, I thought,
Are we swimming to that island or what?
Oh, it's much
we
appreciated,
probably
man.
should, because that mermaid's getting quite close. It's oh look, there she is. And behind you at that moment, Xerxes, the mermaid, erupts to the surface and tries to press your head under the water. So we're going to have a contested grapple check. It's going to be strength and close combat, I guess. She passes by 2.
Oh, I failed.
Okay, Xerxes is being held underwater by this mermaid. Guys, what do you do?
I am going to use Psi Assault
Okay,
on the mermaid.
blow all your side points or whatever many you're using, and
Yeah. It's going to be the 15-pointer. I'm going to go the whole hog.
what so how many points into Psi Assault you putting?
5.
So 25 damage, max thingy. You're maxing damage. You're making it auto
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
Right. So and I forget. It is 25 damage, isn't it? Or am I remembering?
I think it's D8. Is it D8 per or D6 per?
Oh god.
Hold on.
I thought it was
Makes me look
5
at the
squared.
book. I thought it was 5 squared, but I think Ron is right. There is a roll normally, but he's maxing it, so he just gets the max amount.
You roll to make sure it actually works.
So it's all.
Yeah, I'm putting extra points in to make sure I don't even have to roll. I'm hitting with everything.
Forcing the power maximised to make sure the power's maximum effect. Right, Psi Assault. The effect is to deal D6 points of damage to a single target for each point of assault used, so it's 30
Yeah,
damage.
so it's 30 per. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough to hurt her shell sufficiently that her head begins to unscrew. And out of her, where her brain would be, crawls a little metallic spider, and it crawls over the edge of her body, drops into the water, and disappears. The mermaid's empty husk of a body releases Xerxes as she begins floating down into the depth.
Yeah, I'd grab Xerxes and help him into the.
And you swim for the shore. So, like, what gives?
Oh, well, we've been trying to tell some tea, and I must admit it doesn't seem to be that popular. But
No, the right rage up here is Starbucks, you know.
yeah,
Augustus, who is this posh twat?
this is an old school friend. We were at Eton.
Ah, yes.
This guy.
Eton Mess, you know, because the original school was called Eton, but they made it again.
Yeah. So what are you doing then? You run a business. What business is that?
Oh, it's Asian Cyberlins.
Ah, Cyberlins.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Well done.
You know, the big robot things.
Yes.
The
We
huge
could,
ones.
well, we could do with some of those actually.
Yeah, well, if you have a few Googleplex of credits lying around.
Oh, it's all a bit wet at the moment, I'm afraid.
Isn't it just?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen you for so long.
I know.
Fancy you being up here.
Well, it was a chance thing, but I have to say, I'm a little disappointed that for love nor money, you can't get Dashwoods anymore. It's all
You
bloody
can.
Starbucks now.
Can you
We're
please
doing
buy
that.
all our Dashwoods?
We are selling Dashwoods. That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for.
Oh, well, it seems strange, you know, with Starbucks being a Western Federation company, and they're on one side of the Atlantic. And of course, Dashwoods is Eurasian Incorporated, they're on the other side of the Atlantic. So, why?
Well,
is
Costa's
this
on our side of the
place-
pond as well, so how does that work out?
Well, it's the thing is this planet Vastag was built by Eurasian Incorporated, so how come it's all Starbucks here? And then your mind flashes back to the meeting. When at 4 o'clock you had gone to see Marianne, the Vastag CEO. And you enter her office, having gone through all the rigmarole of reception, blah 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 blah. And as you arrive in the office, she says, "Take a seat," and she throws down a stack of paperwork, and all of it seems to be fines and invoices and so forth. You see, the way you people have been conducting yourself is not how we do business up here on Vastag. We are a profitable enterprise, and the profit must flow. That means licenses, that means franchises. What on earth do you think you were doing, opening up the old Dashwood's shop?
Selling tea.
Yes. We're going to make a profit. We're going to make a fortune.
Well, Dashwood's Dashwood seemed to think that because Eurasian Incorporated built this facility, that they seemed to deserve a lifetime of free franchises. That is not going to wash up here, I'm afraid. We've had a far better offer.
For a better offer from the Americans, no doubt.
From Starbucks?
None of your concern who your competition are. I'm sure you're already familiar.
It's not really our competition so much as they like to try and kill us every so often.
Well, I'm not surprised. Don't you kill them back? That's how corporations work.
Certainly, we have had to go through some human resources this afternoon.
Mm.
1 or 2 firings.
Now,
Why is Dashwood's contraband?
you haven't paid the license fee for your pitch.
Oh,
You
yes,
don't. You haven't paid the
Or-
franchise
doesn't-
fee.
that
Your
doesn't
parent
make it a
company
drug,
hasn't
though,
paid the
does it?
licensing fee. You cannot sell it here. It is contraband until you've paid the appropriate fees.
Yes, but it doesn't make it a drug, does it? You're saying it was a drug.
Well, to be honest, coffee's a drug as well. And sugar.
Yes.
And alcohol.
Specifically, it is a drug that has paid its pitch fee. And you notice in her bin next to her desk is a Starbucks mug.
You keep saying that word pitch. What do you mean by that?
The ground rent, the money you pay for that bit of space on my planet, where you are pitching your business, that belongs to me.
It's quite a fitting name, I say to the others.
Hmm. Yes. It does seem to continue to creep up a bit, doesn't it, bitch?
Now, I've got 25,000 credits worth of fines and invoices here, and a franchise agreement for your head office to sign for several million credits. This goes back a couple of years.
Well, you need to send the fines though to head office as well at the same time.
No, those are to you personally. payable by the end of the day, or you'll be kicked off the planet. And if you're in debt, you won't be kicked off via a shuttle.
Well, we'll need to open a franchise then if we're to pay you.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that.
I'm going to need to talk to the other two, if you don't mind, outside for a little bit.
Certainly. Leave my office, I'm very busy. Come back with a check or don't come back.
Would you like flat whites as well?
Well, on your way back, if you could pick one up, that would be delightful, thank you.
Or Dashwoods.
No.
She likes Starbucks. She's got loads of cups in the bin.
Oh boy.
As you leave her office and you sort of go to the waiting room, you can see off one side is one of the main control rooms for Vastag. And they're actually controlling quite a lot. They're controlling like wildlife, weather patterns. You can see that there's somebody there is orchestrating the construction of a new island. And it's quite a large control room, loads of buttons and levers and all sorts.
Is there some kind of public map I could access?
Yes, there's. Well, you can actually just see one from. In the control room there's a huge map with loads of extra stuff on it you wouldn't normally get to see. In fact, a couple of islands you didn't know existed.
Okay. In that case, believe it's Siberia, but in any case, I say to the others, this is Vastag. The money might not be so difficult to obtain as we think, and I am certainly partial to a little bit of gambling in the racing variety. I've heard quite a lot about the Vastag racing. Never been here, obviously. But with what I know, I could maybe obtain a good chunk of the money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you think you've got a sure thing, I suppose you think you can pick your winner.
As you're having a discussion, somebody, young guy, comes into the room with a huge tray of Starbucks cups. And he sets them down on the table right in front of you whilst he opens the door to the control room. You have a small window of opportunity, if you want to do something with that coffee. Only a few seconds. Speak up now. Whilst he's opening the door.
Yeah, sure. So what, it's got to be in like a big pot?
It's a huge tray of loads of coffee cups.
Oh, and they're full. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I will take out the last of my neuropromium and sort of drip a little bit into each of the coffee cups.
Okay. So, you don't manage to get them all before you have to quickly hide me. You get into quite a few. You've still actually got half a dose there as well. He finishes opening the door, picks up the tray again, and carries it into the control room. Okay. So you're heading to the races. Are these Vastag races canon at all, or did you just make that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, the canon. Right, I better find out what they
I can't remember much about them, but there's definitely, like, Siberia is the home of betting. You can bet on so much stuff. It's very self-indulgent. You can take fuck tons of drugs.
Okay.
So,
Getting the pattern. So, what do they race specifically?
well, there's some kind of vehicle.
Okay, I can work with that. Don't need to find it.
I'll find it.
Okay, no worries. If you find it, I'll have to start incorporating facts. Not gonna do that. No. Right, you head off to the races. How much money have you got?
I've got just over 3,500.
Yeah, I've got a couple of thousand left.
Okay, So what are you going to do? You're going to put it all on one thing and try to rig it?
Yes.
All right, we can hustle this. What's your chosen method of rigging? Are you going to be the drivers of the competition? Are you going to be the? Are you going to rig the vehicles? Given your mechatronics history, that's maybe not wise. I'm just saying.
You mean the fact that none of us have it?
Yeah, has proven to be a bit of a problem before when fiddling with mechanics. So anyway, what's your chosen mechanism to do this hustle? You can rig the betting machines, rig the result, maybe somehow. I can come up with something.
Yeah, I'd rig the result. Definitely the result.
Alright, so what you actually do then is you go to a betting shop that's quite a long way from the track. And what you end up doing is finding a race from a few years ago, and you're going to send that footage in instead. It has a very similar entry list. You spend a little bit of time and some money with an EI hacker back on Earth, communicating back and forth to doctor a couple of names that are different. Fair enough. So the names are you know, they were close, but some of them weren't quite right, so you get a hacker to change the names on the footage and stream it back up to you, and you've got this video file. You go to the betting shop and you try to you know, switch the video, but this is where the security is really tight, and you find yourself in a video streaming server room that's supposed to be locked off and hermetically sealed, and you're trying to insert this thing and flick a switch at just the right moment, following the instructions the hackers told you to do, and you've got to flick this switch and type a command, so one of you's got the command typed ready to press enter, and you're all going to sort of do it at exactly the right moment, and that's what you need to do to execute this con. Now,
shit.
How much money are you betting?
Not starting too high, probably 1,000.
When you say not starting too high, you really just get one chance, because this is a huge hustle to do all this prep.
Okay.
We better do all of it then, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've got 2.
Let's remove 1,000 for the cost for getting the video faked.
So 5,000 then.
So 5,000 between you. You have picked a 12-to-1 winner. Okay. You could, if you chose, to allay suspicion by, instead of bidding for the win, you could bid for a place or a show. That reduces the payout.
Nah.
No, let's go away. Yeah.
Go for the win and get the 12-to-1. And it was 5,000 you bid, was it?
Yep.
Okay. So, at that exact moment, let's have a reflexes plus computers and AI roll from all of you.
Okay, am I allowed to use the half a dose?
Yeah,
Of
I'll
the
give you
neoprobing.
+1.
No, well, yeah, I was going to say, because normally it's +3. Okay.
Reflexes, computer AI. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, that's a fail.
By how much? Because we're going to total the excess.
By 4.
So -4 so far.
I failed by 3.
So, you need to succeed by 7 or more, Phil.
I passed, because I rolled a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed, what was that? I needed, who's an AI? I just looked at this.
You were
12.
a telepresenter dragging it out like that.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I needed 12 and I passed for 2.
You perfectly execute your hack, and a completely different video plays.
Oh.
It's nothing to do with the races. Instead of the race that should be coming up on screen, instead, you seem to have footage of a board meeting between what was her name, Marianne, and and a Starbucks representative.
How did we get that?
Well, for that, we need to flash back a little bit in time. Back to when you were preparing this hustle. When you'd bumped into an old friend of yours. Let me see, who are we going to have this time? Can't be him. Yes, you'd bumped into Prince King. See, he was on holiday because Vastag is a resort. And it was whilst you were on the boat heading to the control room, you first had to get a boat somewhere else first, sort of like a hover ferry type thing, to another island. Doesn't matter which one. And you were on the boat when you bumped into, as I mentioned, Prince King, and he goes, "Augustus!
Prince King, how you doing? Haven't seen
My
you
old fag!"
Yes, so pleased to see you.
Xerxes.
Oh,
Yeah,
we know each other.
thanks for the acknowledgement.
Didn't see you there.
Oh, you know each other. That's a coincidence. Yes, I'm working with the Xerxes at the moment. We're working for Dashwoods.
Fascinating. Sure you'll find him a very athletic chap to work with.
Not now. What are you doing here?
Well, funnily enough, I just got this fantastic new bit of video rendering software. It can take anyone, do anything with them, put them in any position. It's brilliant. Look, all I gotta do is take a quick picture. Let's just, there we go, Xerxes. Transfer it onto the computer. And there we go, with the head of EI. Fantastic, huh? Configure anything with this technology. Absolutely anything.
Can you delete that now? I'm really uncomfortable being on video yet again.
Fine. It's as good as the real thing. I mean, we have a lot of footage, so making the real thing was pretty easy. But, you know, it goes through all the archive of footage, puts it all together. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Playing with a new thing now. Got a guy interested in some security applications for this. You see, because we've got apparently, he has an awful big data set of board meetings.
Ah, board meetings.
Yes. Yeah, loads of them. Massive data set. So what we
Which
think...
company?
Well, loads. The point is, with all these board meeting data sets, we can now fake videos of board meetings.
What, so Hitler with Mussolini or something?
Well, no, you've got to think more, how can we exploit this technology while no one knows it exists? You see what I'm saying? Flash to a little bit later that afternoon, when you thought, wouldn't it be handy to go into that meeting with compromising video footage so that you could bribe her? And you got Prince King to knock something up for you. But he couldn't do it there and then because he had to get the data set first, so he said he'd send it to you later. And it's at that moment when you're back in your hustle that you realise you opened the wrong vid mail.
Oh, I hate him so
We just
much.
can't catch a break on this.
Of course not. I wasn't going to give you free money. This episode needs a caption titled "Broke in Vastag." So, of course, responding to the strange occurrence on the monitors in the shop, a member of staff comes into the server room to wonder what the hell has happened. and there's a shootout. You easily outclass them. Later that day, you're arrested selling tea. Oh no, that was earlier in the day. Sorry. Now I'm getting confused with the timeline. No, wait. The yes, yeah. God damn it. Yeah, no, I got that wrong. Right, that's right. The next thing to happen. How are we doing for time? Just going to pace the end. Okay, that's reasonable. So. It's just as everything's going terribly wrong and you're running away from the betting shop. Or do you? Because, like, you've shot up half the staff. You might decide that, A, you need to remove security footage, and B, you might want to try and take some money. So,
Yep.
You're running away from a betting shop with a safe that you haven't managed to crack into.
Okay.
You're just carrying it. Okay. When the way Vastag is built, as we've mentioned, it's an artificial planet. Now, earlier in the day, unbeknownst to most of you, somebody had drugged various members of the control room. And you'd think that, you know, hey, it's a bit of shits and giggles, right? But the unfortunate knock-on effect of a number of people staffed in the control room of Vastag, especially whilst they're island building, is that various torsioners and tensioners of the artificial planet core were not adjusted correctly and at the right time. Especially as some people were going really quickly with amazing reflexes and their teammates weren't, and it just things didn't go right in the construction of new islands somewhere else. Anyway, the point is, the road cracks wide open, buckles under immense pressure. In fact, the entire city you're in starts to buckle and crumble. And you find yourselves running for the nearest spaceport. You happen to be quite close to the spaceport at the moment. You're one of the lucky few that managed to get off Vastag before it explodes. And it's as you're it's as you're on the shuttle, escaping what will soon be the gravity well of the former planet of Vastag, upon which trillions of people died. And you're sailing away on the shuttle, flying away on the shuttle, that you can't help but notice on this emergency trajectory you're on, far away from the normal flight planes, that there's a huge fleet of gigantic spaceships, all of which have a big mermaid logo on the side in a green ring with the words Starbucks coffee.
Oh, Jesus H. Corbett.
At the head of the ship, at the front of this convoy of freighters, is a gigantic metallic creature with 8 legs. It's sort of like a giant spider, and it's heading toward Earth. And we go forward in time, back to the board meeting, where you're at the head offices of Eurasian Incorporated, and the CEO is screaming at you for blowing up Vastag. And we'll continue next week.
Oh, bloody hell.
We've never destroyed a planet before.
No.
Oh, Jesus. Help!
So yeah, that's the session this week, guys.
Corporation this week was sponsored by just about every comedy writer who's ever written a farce. Because if it could go wrong, it did go wrong. And just when the GM actually thought she had us right where she wanted us, I planted a kiss on a mermaid.
We'll gloss over the details of that being non-consensual. That's not a great sentence to leave it on. So, thank you for watching. If you did get this far, I see we currently have 0 stream viewers, so we lost Fiona. Bye, Fiona.
She said she'll watch the rest later. She's helping her daughter study.
It was that mermaid kiss, wasn't it?
I hope it's not the new mathematics. The way they teach that these days makes no fucking. It's not math.
I know what you mean.
It's not.
Common
Even
core.
The Incredibles made a joke about that
Yeah.
in the new movie.
Oh yeah. That's sorry.
This is not math.
How did they change math? Except Americans, of course, say math.
Math.
What is with
math?
that? Mathematics. Math.
Yeah, it's the abbreviation of maths.
To
Math.
meth, basically. They shortened it to meth.
Math. Yeah, math.
Math.
Right. With that thought, we shall say goodbye. Ow! That was a door on my arm. No.
Bye.